What's going on, Broncos country? Sorry to be joining the game so late. I had some other obligations at Chat Sports today, but we are here for the remainder of the game in which Denver leads 7-0 thanks to a Javonte Williams touchdown plunge at the goal line, all set up by a Jonathan Cooper interception, and Denver with the ball, with the lead, and a screen to Javonte Williams for a gain of 15 as Russell Wilson finds his back, and Denver trying to get back into the playoff mix here with a 6-6 record, but a win would put them at 7-6, and that put them in a logjam for a three-way tie for a playoff spot, or a four-way tie even, actually. It's hard to remember how many teams are 7-6 at this point. Five-way tie, actually, the more I think about it. But enough of that. 1st and 10 Broncos. We are dialed in. We're ready to roll for the rest of the game. I am sorry again for the late start, but here we go. 1st and 10, it's a run for Javonte Williams, and Pookie picks up 8 yards on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 2 as Williams gets across the 40-yard line and approaches midfield. Here we go. We got Ty Man, the Buckeye. Brandon Odd F. I really appreciate everyone's patience. It means a lot. Thank you guys so much. Sophia Sanchez, same goes for you. Trent, good to see you, man. Broncos fan 1675, a usual suspect of the channel. 2nd and 1 for the Broncos. Handoff to Michael Burton, the fullback, and Burton's going to get exactly 1 yard, and that's all he needed for a first down as Denver has 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. All right, this is by far the most insane comment I've ever seen in a live chat text. I'm in jail, and this is the only way I can listen to the Broncos games. I don't know if that's really how it works in jail, but maybe if you do allocate your internet time, there's definitely internet time in jail. Maybe you pick Sunday afternoons. 1st and 10, play action for Wilson. Russ with good time. Russ unloading a deep ball. Has a man. Judy dropped it. Jerry Judy dropped it at the 3-yard line. Jerry Judy dropped a moon ball at the 3. Oh, boy. Judy's wide open. No one's within 7 yards of Judy. And it would have been not a very difficult grab, but it was quickly going out of bounds, and Judy had to recalibrate, and it slips through his hands. 2nd and 10, Wilson hands it off to Williams, and 33 punches it up the middle for a gain of 4 out towards the 50. Shout out to PD and no internet. This is illegal, but I'm here. What was snuck to you? I'm almost more interested in this story of someone listening to jail. I also want to know, what are you in jail for? Because if, you commit a murder, I don't know how proud I am that I'm your go-to guy. But, I mean, a white-collar crime. If it's anything to do with tax fraud, I don't care. Yeah. All right, timeout on 3rd and 6 with a little under 9 to go in the first half here. Let's get some predictions going, though. Let's get the chat moving a little bit here. Judy needs to be released. He's not getting released. Jerry Judy is going to stay here for the rest of his rookie contract unless he is traded or arrested. So I would not hold your breath on a Judy release happening. We got Kitty Moreno in the chat. Good to see Kitty. Trent's here. Neil Patterson's here. Cortland Sutton, cool guy. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Sophia Sanchez. You know what? Yeah. Who you got right now? Broncos Chargers. Let's get some good vibes going. What do you say, Tex? What do you say? Red Zone Peak, by the way, the Raiders, who with a win would not be very far behind Denver in the wild card race, are scoreless with the Vikings as Josh Dobbs throws an incomplete pass. John E. just arrived home from shopping for snacks. John E., good to see you. John E., of course, a member of our Mile High Club. If you send in $20 in Super Chats, we add you to our Mile High Club. This side's filling up pretty well. We might have to go to this side pretty soon. Nice and barren, right? This is the other side of the pillow right here. So, Johnny, appreciate you and all of your contributions to the channel. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, let's check out the Super Chat menu for today. So, Super Chat menu, if you enjoy the free content and you want to support the channel, this is what we're rolling with. First time Super Chatters, I give you my best Broncos country. Let's ride. All Super Chats get a shout out, though. $5 Super Chat. Tex, I'm a big fan of this. We also have producer Matthew McCullough, or as we call him in the office, Big Tex, with us today. One of the best in the biz. Get a Broncos fan cave here. This is a good addition to your basement, to your home office, to your office in general. I'll also add, the beauty of this is if you do go to an office, which I know it's crazy for some people to do that nowadays, if you've got a coworker who's a Chiefs or a Raiders fan, putting this up right there. A little eye candy for yourself every day. So, $5 Super Chat. You get entered into a raffle to win this bad boy. $20 gets you added to our Mile High Club. And every 100 likes is a free raffle entry for this fan cave. I can sign it and we'll mail it to you. So, this is our Super Chat item giveaway for today's show. Here we go. 3rd and 6 for Denver after burning their first timeout. Out at midfield. Wilson lines up in shotgun. Snap to Russ. Wilson pressure. Wilson sacked. Down he goes. Russell Wilson is sacked on 3rd and 6. Came over from the left side, it looked like. I'll have to rewatch the replay. All right. Fourth and 11. Snap. Punt off by Riley Dixon. This is a okay punt. Fair caught at the 18-yard line. So the Chargers trailing 7-0 get the ball back. It's been tough sledding for Justin Herbert early on against this Denver defense. Well, let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Johnny in the chat spent 12 hours on a service call. 8 hours was travel there and back. Johnny, we're going to go podcast or two to listen to. Let me know in the chat right now. If you're doing a long drive and you got to listen to one album, one band, one artist, or one podcast, what do you want to listen to? While you're getting out of the chat, let me tell you guys about our sponsor for today's show, which is Prize Picks. Thanks to Prize Picks, I've had an absolute blast watching some, let's call it, insufferable football. It's still football. I'm always going to watch it. But with Prize Picks, you can stay locked in on games maybe you don't have a horse in the race for. So all you do on Prize Picks is select 2 to 6 players' stat projections, pick more or less on those players' stat projections. So here's an example, and here are my selections for Sunday Night Football. Taking the more on Dak Prescott's passing yards, the less on Jalen Hurts' passing yards, taking the more on Tony Pollard's receiving yards, and the more on DeAndre Swift plus Brandon Cooks at half a touchdown. Just need one of those two guys to score one touchdown. So if you like my selections and you're like, you know what, I wouldn't mind turning $10 into $250, go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a deposit match up to $100. Now, because I love Broncos country so much, I put that link for everyone in the live chat along with the description of today's video. So make sure you go check it out. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. All right, defense coming on the field. Let's get a stop. Brandon listens to John Denver. What do we got going on here? Juice WRLD, Elvis. What's your go-to band text? If you have to hey, you get to pick one band for let's say you're doing a 90-minute flight, right? What's your go-to what am I listening to them? I'm not a big music guy. I love Tom Petty. I could crush some Tom Petty for a while. Ayo, let's go! $5 super chat coming in from across the pond. Coming in from Mr. Odd F182. Let's go, Petey. Shout out to you, my guy, all the way from Ireland. Big up the MVP of Chat Sports. P.S. Brandon is the chat MVP. Brandon's been doing God's work in the chat so far. You're absolutely spot on there. And I really appreciate you showing love to another member of the channel. Odd F being entered into our Fan Cave Raffle. And right now it's a one-man raffle. So Odd F's got a good opportunity here. But I appreciate your super chat. Thank you for tuning in from Ireland. 4:21 Central Time right now. 2:21 in LA. It's what? 11:21, 6:20, no, 10:21 I think in Ireland. So shout out to you for staying up late. 2nd and 4. Play action for Herbert and the Chargers. Herbert throwing over the middle. That is caught, first down. On 2nd and 4, Singleton wrestles down the receiver for a gain of 8. And the Chargers, with 7 minutes and change to go, have themselves a fresh set of downs. Right now we got now every 100 likes is a free entry for the Fan Cave wall art. So if you haven't liked the video yet, go ahead and do so. 1st and 10, it's a run, and nowhere to go. Denver's defense ready for that one. Ball came loose at the end. Baron Browning has it, but they're going to call him either down or forward progress. Let's see. Was he down, or did they call forward progress anyway? Baron Browning made the tackle. He is down, but man, that was kind of close actually. Second and 11. Herbert in shotgun. Takes the snap. Herbert throwing over the middle. That is caught. Austin Eckler first down. Eckler on 2nd and 11 gets 15 yards and out towards the 50. All right. Come on. 1st and 10. Play action for Herbert. He dumps it off to the right. This is caught, and that's Jalen Guyton, I believe, picking up about 3 yards on the play. Are you okay or are you dying? Gerald Everett checked that on the receiving end. Brandon, been a Broncos fan since 1997 when I was 5 years old. And I'm a Gators fan, so I had hopes for Tebow. Brandon, I don't know if I'm going to keep you in the chat for much longer because I got 2 words for you. Go Vols. But I do love the idea. Let me know how long you've been a fan for in the chat right now. 2nd and 7. Snap to Herbert. 4-man rush. Herbert throws over the middle. That's caught, first down. Surtain makes the tackle in on the coverage. Donald Parham gets 11 to 12 yards on first down, and the Chargers are out across the 50. First and 10. Herbert in shotgun. Takes the snap. Sends it back. Keenan Allen. Forward pass, and that is incomplete. He had an open man, but a backwards lateral by Herbert allowed Allen to throw it deep. However, some pressure got to him. He just couldn't quite get enough mustard on the pass to what looked to be an open receiver downfield. Yeah, actually not open, actually. Had Allen thrown that to the receiver, I think that's picked off by P.J. Locke. So lucky for him, it fell incomplete. Second and 10. Herbert in shotgun takes the snap. Herbert is sacked down. He goes. On 2nd and 10, he's backed up to his own 48-yard to the Broncos 48. And Josie Jewell looks like he got the sack. 4th sack of the day for Denver's defense. Jewell comes on a blitz untouched, gives Herbert a nice big welcome hug, and throws him down. Let's go. 169 people tuned in, 48 likes. Get us to 100 likes. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. 3rd and 16 for Herbert and the Chargers. Justin Herbert takes the snap. Herbert surveying, looking, throwing. That's caught. Eckler underneath. Eckler on 3rd and 16 gets about 13 yards, but not enough for the first down. It'll be 4th and 3 at Denver's 29-yard line. So if you're the Chargers, one of the most aggressive teams in football, what do you want to do? You want to go for it, or you want to kick a field goal? 4th and 2, and the offense stays on the field. Spam those fours. Spam those fours. Let's go. Spam those fours. 4th and 2. Brandon spamming 4. Neil spamming 4. Time man, Broncos fan, Kitty. Let's go. Herbert in shotgun. 4th and 2 snap. Justin drops back. Pressure. There is a flag down. Herbert throws. Intercepted. Jaquan McMillan. Oh, they call him out of bounds. But it doesn't matter on 4th and 2. Turnover on downs. There is a flag. There is a flag that came down around the start of the play. I didn't see any pre-snap movement. Could be a legal formation. Oh, Zach Allen might have jumped in the neutral zone. I think this might have been a neutral zone infraction. Illegal shift offense. Okay, never mind. What do I know? Maybe Denver got away with one there, but an illegal shift on the offense. Penalties declined. 1st down Denver. Turnover on downs for the Chargers. That is why you take the points in the first half. I'm just such a big believer in first half, take the points. Get that donut off the board, right? Feel like you actually accomplished something. Let's go. Spam DEN. Spam DEN. Maria Floyd's in the chat. Angel Ramos. Time Man the Buckeye. Kelly. Dion Sharp. Dion Sharp is a longtime viewer of the channel. He's a very, very close friend of mine. Well, just by a YouTube comment section sort of friendship. But you know what? Dion Sharp, always rocking with the channel. I can't thank you enough, Dion. Broncos fan, Ty Man, Terry, Brandon. Let's go. Yeah, let's actually peek the live number right now. So we're trying to get to the next milestone, of course, 19,000 subscribers. If we can get more subscribers, I can get more studio space. You guys can get more content. So here at Chat Sports, it's all about subscriber count. The more subscribers, the more luxuries that come with it. So at 18,739 subscribers, we're not at the bottom of the barrel of channels of Chat Sports, but we definitely could be towards the top. So hit the sub button, help us reach 19,000 subscribers, 260 subs to go. Let's go. Let's go. Red Zone peak here. Drew Lock, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw this, starting for Seattle, he trails the Niners 14-10 at the end of the first half. Bills in Kansas City. Guys, Kansas City has 8 wins. They're 8-4. If Buffalo beats Kansas City, stick with me for a moment. They're 8. Are they really 8-4? That seems wrong. I'm doubting myself. That's how wrong it seems. They're 8-4. If Denver wins today and Kansas City loses to the Bills as they trail 14-0, don't look now, but Denver's 1 game out from winning the division. Didn't think that'd be possible. They've got remaining games against the Lions, who, by the way, just lost to the Bears on the road. And then after the Lions, they play the Chargers. They've got the Raiders. They got the Patriots. Chiefs have a very easy schedule too, but you never know. 1st and 10, Denver. Snap for Wilson. He airs out a deep ball. Incomplete. Looking for Jerry Jeudy yet again. 2nd and 10. Man, Jeudy nearly caught that last pass. The big knock for Jeudy coming out was the drops, right? We saw that a lot his rookie season. He kind of worked on that well enough to kind of put it out of sight. But they've emerged back today. Second and 10 for Denver at the 30-yard line. Broncos, quick throw, caught Adam Trotman. Flag down, and I think we're going to get offensive pass interference as Trotman picks up 5 yards. Cortland Sutton might have started blocking a bit too early. Flag came in. Could be a hold, could be an OPI. Yep. Pass interference offense, Cortland Sutton, which I feel like might be his 2nd or 3rd OPI of the season. He's a really good run blocker. So that's the price of doing business. Ooh, Phillip Rivers back in the house. Phillip Rivers being added to the Chargers Hall of Fame at halftime. Good for him. Or Antonio Gates is being added, I think. Maybe they're both being added. I'm not quite sure. I might have missed it. 2nd and 20. Wilson's pass to Williams goes through his fingertips. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 20. I'm going to call my shot right now. 3rd and 20, draw to Samaje Perine for a gain of 7 and a punt. I'm going to shoot my shot right now. We're at 61 likes. Remember, every 100 likes is a free entry for this Broncos fan cave wall art. So all you have to do is like the video, and you can get this free wall art sent to you. Every 100 likes, free entry for someone. 38 likes away. 3rd and 20, Wilson dumps it off to who? Samaje Perine. Samaje Perine gets how many yards? 6 yards. Did I say 7? Well, let's see. It is 4th, and let's see where they spotted officially. $72 likes. 28 likes away from 100. Hit the thumbs up button. 7 yards, let's go! Samaje Perine, 7-yard gain. Fourth and 13 as we hit the 2-minute warning in LA. The Chargers will get the ball trailing 7-0 here early. I can't even call it early anymore. Almost the halfway point of the game. Kitty Moreno, like and subscribe. I love when the chat does my job for me. It makes my job a lot easier, but it also makes me a little bit lazy. So make sure to like the video. 18 likes away. I'm not going to take this off the screen until we get there. I want to get to 100 likes by the time this 2-minute warning ends. 100 likes, you could potentially get a free entry into a raffle to win this Broncos Fan Cave wall art. $5 super chat gets you added automatically. Every 100 likes, we're doing one free entry for someone. 14 likes away. 14 likes. Over 225 people tuned in. Let's go. 14 likes. Let's turn that into 10 likes. 10 likes. That's what I'm talking about. Can we get 10 more likes? 10 more likes. Let's go. What's the next number? It updates in like bizarre increments. From 90 likes, we're going to jump to, come on, come on. Oh, 97 likes. 3 likes away. 3 likes away. Hit the thumbs up button. Let's go. Let's go. 3 likes away. 100 likes. Okay, let's spam DEN in the chat. Let's get that going, big text. Spam DEN, and I'm going to pick someone from the chat to get a free raffle entry to win this Broncos Fan Cave. Start spamming DEN. Let's go. Spam DEN. Chiefs with the ball, down 14-0, under 2 minutes to go in Arrowhead. All right, I'm going to pick someone in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got Kitty Moreno. Kitty Moreno. Kitty, free raffle entry to win this Broncos Fan Cave wall art. Thank you, Kitty, for always being a member of the chat. Kitty Moreno. Moreno. Every 100 likes, another free entry. So we are 85 likes away from the next free entry. Hit that thumbs up button. And the Chiefs on 1st and 25, of course, find Rashee Rice for 20 yards. Okay, we have an update here. Justin Herbert is in the Chargers locker room right now. So Easton Stick is going to come in for the Chargers. Herbert's in the locker room with what appears to be a hand injury. I missed him suffering that hand injury. I'm looking for an update. Where did it? Yeah. So, no Justin Herbert at least for the next minute 52, most likely. As Justin Herbert's in the locker room with what I believe is a hand injury. Easton Stick went to NDSU, North Dakota State, takes the shotgun snap on 1st and 10, and he lofts one out to Keenan Allen, gain of 3. Chargers have all 3 timeouts, minute 48 to go. Herbert, questionable to return with a finger injury. Right hand. And it looks like the right index finger. This is a scene from Curb Your Enthusiasm. 2nd and 7. Snap to Herbert. Stick. His throw is incomplete. How many more times am I going to make that mistake? Over or under? I've already called it once. We'll call it, moving forward, 1.5 times. I call Easton Stick Justin Herbert. Over under 1.5. Yeah. Second career appearance for Stick, who's got 1 pass attempt in his NFL career. 3rd and 7 right now. Snap to Stick. Drop back. Pressure. Ball. Jaquan McMillan forces a fumble. Strip sack. Recovered. Touchdown! Jaquan McMillan. He does it all. Sack. Fumble. Recovery. 6. McMillan or McMillions. And Denver doubles the lead. McMillan coming off the side. Let's go. Jaquan McMillan. Fumble, sack, recovered by 29, and ran in for 6. Former UDFA out of East Carolina, the Pirates. He's been the biggest sensational story of this defense amid the turnaround after the 1-5 start. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. You know what's kind of an ironic thing, too? McMillan's getting the start today, as he's been starting for the last 6, 7, 8 weeks at this point. That's no surprise. But you know why he's starting? Because he's replaced Isang Bassi, who started the year at nickel, was waived by Denver, and now starts at nickel for the Chargers. So Bassi looks across the sideline at the guy who stole his job from him, who just did a scoop and score for 6. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. LFG in the chat. Justin Herbert is injured, questionable to return. I don't want to flick you guys off, but with a right, I feel like I can't do that flicking you off. With a right index finger, or middle finger or index? I think it was one of the two. One of these 2 fingers. Okay. This defense did not force a takeaway in the loss last week in Houston. Not only did they force a takeaway this time, they get their first defensive score of the season. I don't remember a defensive score before. Someone call me out if I'm misremembering. But no, Denver's defense has not scored a touchdown this season. Right? There's been no pick 6 return for 6, or pick 6 just being a pick 6. Let's go. Brandon, let me know. Fact check for me. That's the first defensive score of the year. 281 people tuned in. Make it 291 people tuned in. Like the video if you're pumped up about a 13-0, 14-0 extra point, I think was good as well. Lead for the Broncos with under 2 minutes to go in the first half on the road. Denver, looking good right now. Ayo! $2 super chat. You know what? Here's what I want to do, Tex. For Jaquan McMillions, every super chat for the remainder of the half, the next 90 seconds, gets you added to the Broncos fan cave wall art, no matter the amount. So Mango just got added with that $2 super chat. Love your company, Petey. What about a Denver jersey? You know what? Christmas right around the corner. They're reviewing this touchdown. Wait, did they overturn? They overturned it! Touchdown taken off the board. That's bullshit. I don't know what they just saw. So no touchdown for Jaquan McMillan. Waved off, overturned, incomplete pass. That's dog shit. Come on. Oh, Dion, thank you. I forgot about Jonathan Cooper scoop and score in Chicago. That was dumb of me. That was an easy one. That's a 5-yard penalty by me. Dion, for that, I'm going to give myself a 5-second penalty here. No talking for me for forgetting Jonathan Cooper's scoop and score after Nick Bonito strip sack on Justin Fields. That's accountability. That's accountability right there. 1st and 10 for Wilson has own 30, dumps it off to Pirine, and Samaje gets 3 yards on the play, gets out of bounds. Denver has 2 timeouts remaining. Kitty Moreno with a $2 super chat. Kitty entered into our raffle. Appreciate you, Kitty. No, it was the same person from earlier. We'll give him 2 entries. Snap to Wilson. Dump down. Caught Pirine over the middle. Samaje diving for the first down. Picks up 8 yards. 1st and 10. Denver with 2 timeouts remaining and 1:12 and counting. Joshua Sanchez just subscribed to the channel. Appreciate you, Josh. 1st and 10. Wilson pressured. Finds Pirine yet again. Samaje running for a 10-yard, 9-yard gain out to the 50. Under a minute to go. 2nd down and 1. Yeah, 2nd and 1. Randy with a $5 super chat. Let's go, Randy Bobandy. 2nd and 1. Wilson in shotgun. Takes the snap. Russ drops back. Russ climbing the pocket. Russ throwing, and that is incomplete. Incomplete. Man, I'm still pissed about that McMillan touchdown being taken off the board. I think what they saw was that the ball was thrown right into the guy's hand, so it looked like it was a strip, but it was really an incomplete pass. I don't think so. Ayo! Another super chat. Remember, every super chat for the rest of this half, 35 seconds, gets you entered into a raffle to win this Broncos fan cave wall art. I can sign it if you'd like to and mail it to you. 3rd and 1 for Denver. Snap to Wilson. They run it. Pirine picking up 5 yards and a first down. Out to the 45-yard line. Denver, with 31 seconds, uses their 2nd timeout. Randy Menholt, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Randy. I really appreciate your donation, man. And then, I don't give a buck. Let's ride, Petty. Petey. I'm going to go with Petey. I think you mean Petey. Yeah, Broncos country. Let's ride. Appreciate you so much. Let's go. 1st and 10. Denver with 1 timeout is, I would say, 6 to 7 yards from being in comfortable-ish Will Lutz range. Like right now, it would be a 62-yarder. So if you can get 7 more yards, I think 55 yards is a pretty good threshold. Lutz has made a lot of kicks this year, but I would still not like to test him at 60-plus yards. 1st and 10, Denver, trying to make it a 10-point lead to end the first half. Wilson in shotgun at the Chargers 45. Takes the snap. Russell Wilson looking, throwing downfield. Has a wide open not Adam Trotman. Excuse me. Flag on the play. Is that Jordan? No, it's Luke Kroll. 35-yard gain to Luke Kroll, the tight end. But there was a flag. Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Added on. Let's go. Added on half the distance to the goal line. Spam those ones. Luke Kroll, the guy who was in the end zone, he was the target on Russ's third interception last week against the Texans. Comes up with a big 35-yard reception that time. And a face mask in the process of making the tackle by the Chargers. First and goal, Denver. Moved inside the Prize Picks red zone. 23 seconds, 1 timeout remaining at the 5-yard line. I formation. Wilson takes the snap. Play action. Russ rolling to his right. Russ throwing out the back of the end zone. Incomplete. 17 seconds, 1 timeout remaining. You can run it once if you want to. You'd burn that timeout most likely. And then if you pass and get sacked, you are done. Herbert is questionable to return. Easton Stick filled in at quarterback for him. Herbert dealing with an injury to his right finger. Index finger, I think he said. Or middle finger. I don't remember which one. Second and goal from the 5. Every super chat gets you entered into a raffle to win this. Wilson, lob, end zone, touchdown, Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy. Second touchdown of the season, first of the day. And Jerry Jeudy, after some drops earlier, hauls in 6. Let's go. Spam those 10s. Ball don't lie. Denver gets the touchdown anyway. Whether it's from 29 or 10. Let's go. Index finger. Thank you, Brandon. Left foot. Oh, he's out of bounds. He's out of bounds. And this is just late. I mean, one more time. He's got his right foot. He doesn't fucking drag your toe, Jeudy. That is just college shit. How do you not drag the toe there? You've got over a yard to work with. I know it's easy for me to say it on YouTube with a big belly and a polo on, but come on. $10 super chat. Let's go. Christopher, you know what time it is. Let's go. Touchdown. Christopher, I hope this super chat does punch it in for 6. Thank you so much for your super chat, all of your support as always. Broncos country. Let's ride. Damn, Jeudy. Drag the toe, dude. Third and goal from the 5. You could run this if you wanted to, but I think more of a pass from the 5-yard line. Wilson in shotgun. Russ takes the snap. Russ facing a 4-man rush. Russ looking, Russ throwing, and that is incomplete. So 4th and goal, 1 timeout, 8 seconds at the 5. I think a field goal is coming. You know what's funny is the guy who applied the pressure on Russ that time, Tui Pilotu, he is a rookie edge rusher out of USC. And for anyone that's been subscribed to the channel for over a year, he was my top 5 draft target for Denver in round 2 or round 3. And he's having a phenomenal year for the Chargers. 23-yarder from Will Lutz is up, and it is good. So a 10-0 lead with 5 seconds to go in the first half. Broncos all over the Chargers. LA without Justin Herbert for the time being, who is questionable to return with a right index finger injury. Yep. I don't think we're going to see a Jerry Jeudy trade. For one, the trade deadline passed. That's a big inhibitor. But let's just assume you're talking about a trade in March when the new league year starts. It's not impossible, but his value isn't that high right now. So why would you be dying to trade him for a third? Might as well just ride out all 5 years of his rookie contract and see if he can kind of snap into a wide receiver 1 form. Sean Payton talking to Jeudy. I mean, Judy on that play, it should have been 6. I don't know how to say it. You're an NFL wide receiver. It's not an easy job. You got to have awareness of where you are in relation to the sideline. And you got to know, I have to drag my toe here. And the return is out across the 20. Yeah, sort of. A lot of east and west running, but that does run out the remainder of the first half. So we head to halftime. Denver leading 10-0. We'll get the first half stats on screen. I got to run to the pisser. And then we'll rejoin everyone for the second half, read only. Week 14 halftime. Got to drag the toe. Got to drag the toe. Got to drag the toe. Come on. Quick red zone peek here. Brock Purdy and the Niners have a 14-10 lead over Seattle in a big game out in the NFC West. All right, here are the first half stats. We will be back for the second half in 7 to 8 minutes or so. Second half about to get underway from SoFi Stadium. Denver leading 10-0, and I got some big injury news. Justin Herbert has been declared out for the rest of this game, so it will be Easton Stick, the 2019 UDFA, if I recall, or maybe a late day 3 pick out of North Dakota State, filling in for Herbert the rest of the way and trying to come back from trailing 10-0. Meanwhile, the Broncos are 30 minutes away from improving to 7-6 and potentially finding a playoff spot, which is still so crazy to say out loud after they started 1-5. But here we go. It is Denver's ball to start the second half. A sea of orange, as it always is, at SoFi Stadium whenever a road team is, let's just face it, the Chargers home crowd never outnumbers the away fans. So here we go. It is Russell Wilson and company, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line to start the second half, trying to add on to their 10-0 lead. Who you got, Broncos or Chargers? Get in the comments right now. Get in the chat. Be loud, be proud, and let me know who you got in this game, Broncos or Chargers. Wilson, 1st and 10, taking over at his own 25. Quick throw out to Marvin Mims, and Mims on 1st and 10 is going to fight for 2 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8. Denver opened the second half with the ball in 10 of 12 games, 8 punts, 1 first down, missed field goal, and a blocked field goal. No scores when starting the second half with the ball. 2nd and 7. Wilson under center. Russ takes the snap. It's a handoff and a nice run for Jaleel McLaughlin. Gain of 6 on 2nd and 7. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. We're at 149 likes. I invite any of our new viewers to go ahead and like the video. Every 100 likes is a free addition to our raffle, which today there's Broncos Fan Cave wall art. I'll sign it and we'll mail it to the winner. So every 100 likes, free entry for someone, and we are 50 likes away from another free entry. 3rd and 1, Wilson under center. Russ takes the snap. QB sneak, and that goes horrible. QB sneak from Russell Wilson went nowhere. No gain. Oh, my goodness. You knew it was coming. It's John E. John E., ladies and gentlemen, coming in hot with a $100 super chat. John, thank you once again for supporting the channel. You're the man. You're awesome. Broncos going on 4th and 1 right now. No, they're not. Trying to get the Chargers to jump. But Johnny, ladies and gentlemen, get the wheelbarrow out. Johnny's in the building. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, Johnny. Sauce to Boss, Ty Man, Brandon, Odd F, Trent. Everyone's typing John. John, thank you so much. I really don't know what to say. Every single week you come in here and you make my Sunday. Thank you so much, man. Go Broncos, Johnny. Let's go. Let's go. Johnny, ladies and gentlemen. Funkiest Maximus is here as well. 4th and 6. Denver's going to punt. If Johnny was on this team, they'd be up 28-0. And fair caught at the 21-yard line. So the Chargers take over after Denver goes 3 and out on the opening series for the second half, which has been a major struggle as the broadcast highlighted. Their starts to the second half when they get the ball, not good. A lot of punts. No points. Not a lot of first downs. It's been a major point of emphasis the last couple of weeks, and still no improvements have been made. All right, here we go. Meanwhile, red zone peak here. The Chiefs trail the Bills 14-7. I highlighted this earlier, but I'll remind everyone. Kansas City sits at 8-4. If they were to lose today, they'd fall to 8-5. A win for Denver, 7-6. The Broncos would be 1 game back from the Chiefs. Now, the first tiebreaker for the division is head-to-head. If you split it, then it goes on to the next one, which is record in the division. This is where Denver's in a bit of a jam because the Chiefs are likely going to go 5-1 in the division, right? They already swept the Raiders. If they haven't already, they're going to sweep I think they already swept the Raiders. They'll sweep the Chargers if they haven't swept them already. And they'll have a 1-1 draw with Denver. So 5-1. Unfortunately, Denver is at best going to be 4-2 because they lost to the Raiders in week 1 and lost to the Chiefs in week 5 or whatever. So if it comes down to that, it will be LA if it is a head-to-head. Now, of course, if Denver has a better record, all that is meaningless. So for Denver, an opportunity to be 1 game back with 4 games to go, why not us? Why not us? Just going to put that out there. Brandon, oh, I like this one. By the way, there is a realistic chance we get a Broncos-Dolphins rematch in the postseason. Like if the Ravens get the bye and let's say Denver gets the 7 seed, could be Miami at the 2 seed, 70-20 rematch, and maybe it's a different outcome this go around. Yeah. All right, let's do a quick sub count, by the way. With over 270 people tuned in right now, let's get ourselves to 18,770, right? Let's get that witch off the screen. 66? I don't like the witch. Get the witch off the screen. 4 more subs. Let's get 4 more subs before the next snap is taken. Let's go. Hit the sub button right now. And once you subscribe, type me in the chat so I can give some shout-outs. Type me in the chat once you subscribe. We have Octavio Rodriguez in the chat. Octavio, hope you're doing well, man. Always appreciate you tuning in. We got Nolan in the chat. Ty Man is subscribed. Let's go. Easton Stick in the pistol hands it off to Austin Eckler, who runs up the gut for a gain of 9. Trent, Octavio, Johnny, Silvano, Marty G, Kitty Moreno, Sauce the Boss. 3 subs away. Let's go. Type me if you're subscribed. If you have not joined the channel yet, make sure you do so. Antonio Gates getting interviewed on the sideline after being added to the Chargers Hall of Fame during the break. Stick, 2nd and 1 under center. Deion Sharp, David. Handoff, Eckler running for the first down. So if you're just tuning in, Justin Herbert out for the rest of the game. Right index finger injury. So it's going to be Easton Stick to back up the rest of the way. I expect to see a lot of Austin Eckler rushes as he already picks up 11 yards to start the second half. So 1st and 10, LA. Robert Jones is subscribed. Let's go. Cody Brown. Trent is here. Money Boy. Neil Patterson. 1st and 10. Stick. Handoff. 3 straight runs. Eckler, this time only getting about 3 to 4 yards. So the Chargers come out of halftime with their backup quarterback playing the rest of the game. What do? Wisely run it 3 straight times, right? Try to keep your backup QB on pace or ahead of schedule. What does that mean? You don't want to fall behind schedule, be in 2nd and 10, 3rd and long. No, go from 2nd and 7, improve from 2nd and 7 to 3rd and 5, and keep yourself moving. Herbert in shotgun, there's one. Stick in shotgun, he throws, and that is caught Keenan Allen first down. Keenan Allen on 2nd and 7 gets 10 yards, and he gets the Chargers out to midfield. Keenan Allen, an absolute reception monster, not just for the Chargers. Fastest player in NFL history to reach 900 receptions. He did it in 139 games. I mean, he's averaging nearly 8 receptions a game. 1st and 10, Stick hands it off. It's a run up the gut, and Kelly on 1st and 10 gets about 4 to 5 yards. His 900th reception comes from Easton Stick. 2nd and 6 for LA. Under 10 to go in the third. Over 300 people watching right now. Remember, like the video if you have not already. At Denver's 45, pitch right, Kelly running. Kelly on 2nd and 6 gets about 4 to 5 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1. All right, 3rd and 1. Type those threes, baby. Type those threes. Spam 3 for 3rd down. Let's go. Spam those threes. Tie man, Kitty. Tie man, the Buckeye, Kitty. Kelly, Neil Patterson, Octavio, Rebel and Apollo, Sauce to Boss, Martinez, Red Parks, Nolan. 3rd and 1, I formation. Stick under center. You know it's going to be a run. Of course it is. They hand it off and they run it for maybe no gain. I don't know if he got the 1st down, guys. On 3rd and 1, he needed just a half a football or so, and I don't think he picked it up. And they call it 4th. Span those 4s. Span those 4s. Let's go. I fully expect Brandon Staley and the Chargers to go for it. I also fully expect Brandon Staley to be done in LA after this season. 4th and inches. Let's go. Span those 4s. Spam those 4s. And the Chargers have 4 players in the backfield. That doesn't seem right. So LA burns a timeout to get the right play call in and everyone set up appropriately. So 4th and inches, and the Chargers burn what could be a crucial timeout later in the game. Meanwhile, in Kansas City, the Bills have stretched their lead to 10, 17-7. Now, this whole time I've been talking about catching up to the Chiefs in the AFC West. A win for Buffalo and a win for Denver puts both teams at 7 and 6, but Denver does have the head-to-head tiebreaker. Fourth and inches. I formation. An offensive lineman at fullback for LA. Stick takes the snap. It's a handoff on 4th and inches. He didn't get it. He didn't get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white jerseys in the backfield. The Chargers run into a stone wall of Vance Joseph mini-me's. Let's go. Who's the first to greet the ball carrier? Josie Jewell gets there. Singleton's not far behind. Reinforcements comes pouring in. Turnover on downs. Let's go. Baron Browning a part of the mix. Mike Purcell hopping on. Mike Purcell adding his name to the group project to get some credit. Let's go. And Denver takes over at midfield. Chargers turn it over on downs. Chargers turn it over on downs. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Nathan Kim, LA's coach, is getting fired. Nathan, Brandon Staley is going to be a good defensive coordinator for someone next year. But he's not going to be a head coach. Whoever super chatted. We have John E. with a $100 super chat. And before that, Christopher. Yeah, the raffle right now is Odd F, Mango, Kitty Moreno, Randy, I Don't Give a Buck, Christopher, and John E. We're also 30 likes away from a free entry for our Broncos raffle item, which today is this Broncos Fan Cave wall art. Now, really quickly, I do want to share with you guys some information about our fantastic sponsor helping to keep the lights on, and that is Prize Picks. Now, if you're not familiar with Prize Picks, let me get you up to speed. The way Prize Picks works is you pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. And the more players you select, well, the bigger the winnings potentially. So take Sunday Night Football. Here are my selections. Taking the more on Dak Prescott's passing yards. Taking the less on Jalen Hurts' passing yards. taking the more on Tony Pollard's receiving yards, and I like the more on DeAndre Swift and Brandon Cooks to combine for more than half a touchdown. Just need one of those two players to score there. So if you like my selections and you want to have some fun watching Sunday Night Football, go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. That link is in the chat. It's in the description of today's video. So check them out. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. All right, we are back. Denver 1st and 10 at their own 40. Pitch right. Javonte Williams finds Khalil Mack, and, well, that's kind of the end of that story. Drop for a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12. Justin Herbert no longer in pads. Has his right hand hiding in his jacket pocket right now. He was 9 for 17, 96 yards, and 1 touchdown before the injury knocked him out for the rest of the game. I've got a bad feeling Justin Herbert's season is done. Does anyone else get that sense of, hey, they're about to fall to 5 and 8? Maybe this is where the owner steps in and goes, we're done. You're not going to play our franchise QB through an injury in a lost year. Good luck with Easton Stick. 2nd and 11, quick flip out to Jerry Jeudy. Good speed from Jeudy. Picks up about 7 yards on 2nd and 11. Oh, I'm sorry. I say 1 touchdown, 1 interception for her. Yeah, I don't think Herbert threw a touchdown. They are being shut out. 25 likes away from a free entry for our Broncos fan cave wall art. Here we go. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Denver out towards the 50. Play action. Wilson quickly dumps it off to Williams. Javonte skips a tackle, and he motors his way for a gain of 8 and a first down. Man, that looked like a disaster of a play for a moment, right? Asante Samuel Jr. comes screaming into the backfield. Khalil Mack's untouched. He nearly takes down Wilson. And then Javonte Williams just goes, whoop, excuse me, don't mind if I do. Sidesteps Samuel and runs his way for a first down. Denver gets across the 50. 1st and 10. Wilson in shotgun. Takes the snap. Russ looking. All the time in the world. All the time. Now he's running out of time. Unloads a deep ball to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Oh my gosh. Cortland Sutton. I've never seen anything like it. He draws the flag, pass interference, and he still makes a touchdown grab. Cortland Sutton with yet another spectacular touchdown grab. One-handed. Cortland Sutton on this play, guys, has his left hand just tied up like an alligator's eating it. And he tracks his ball with his right hand and just pins it right between his forearm, his bicep, and his chest. And he gets in bounds for the score. Ball doesn't move. Touchdown number 9 of the season for 14. Let's go. Cortland Sutton, ladies and gentlemen. And Denver's lead has grown to 17-0. Oh. Cortland Sutton continues to amaze me with the catches he's made this year. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. For that touchdown alone, you better like the video. We're 23 likes away from a free edition. Spam those TDs. Show me those TDs. Let's go. Let's go. Cortland Sutton having a phenomenal season in a year where everyone wondered what his future would be. Right? Since that breakout 2019 campaign, no 1,000-yard seasons. The previous 2 years, 4 touchdowns combined. He's double that already in one season alone. And it's not even over. We're not even at Christmas. And he draws the flag. And one. Could you imagine if you scored a touchdown and there was like an and one? Like the extra point would be worth 2 points? Or you could go for 2 and it'd be worth 3 points? That'd be kind of cool. A little and one element. I wonder how often players would try and like draw contact to try and get the and one effect. That'd be kind of fun. 18 likes away from 200 likes, another free entry. Hit the like button. What else do you need to see? 17-0 good guys, midway through the third quarter. Justin Herbert out for the rest of the game. Injury to his right index finger. Easton Stick is going to quarterback this team for the rest of the season. And I don't say this with any knowledge of the situation. I'm just going to make a prediction right now. Justin Herbert is done for the rest of the year. If he were to go to short-term IR, there's only 4 games remaining. That'd knock you out for the rest of the season. I feel like, unfortunately, for Chargers fans, they are going to watch this season really go down the toilet, down the stretch here. And Brandon Staley, he's done in LA. It's over. It's over. Yep. Adam Kelly sounds like a USFL rule. It does. It would be a fun USFL rule, would it not? Any opposition? DH3, Ella, what do you know? Give Russ some time in the pocket and see what happens. Yeah. And that's just an incredible catch by Cortland Sutton. Like, not taking anything away from Russ, but he just kind of tossed that one up there. And it is a touchback on the ensuing kickoff. Garrett Bowles, the Denver Broncos nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. Derwin James receiving the same honors for LA. Russell Wilson has indeed won that award. He still wears the patch, as all winners do. Last year, it was Dak Prescott. First and 10. Stick in shotgun. Takes the snap. Stick looking. Stick throwing to the right, and that is caught. Very nice throw. No, maybe not. Denver's sideline is adamant he did not catch it. Keenan Allen unable to make the grab completely all the way to the end of the play. 2nd and 10. Incomplete. 15 likes away from 200. $17-0 Denver. Javonte Williams has a rushing touchdown. And most recently, Cortland Sutton finding the long ball from Russ. 2nd and 10. It's a run for the Chargers. They gain 5 with Austin Eckler. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5. Under 6 to play in the third quarter. Span those threes. 10 likes away from 200 likes. 10 likes away. Come on, let's go. 3rd down. Stick in shotgun. 3rd and 4 officially. Snap to Easton. Stick looking. Stick throwing to the right. That is incomplete. Too far from the receiver, and that brings up 4th and 4. And the few Chargers fans in attendance at this game are booing. How's Drew Lock doing? Drew Lock just threw a pick. I look over to red zone. Drew Lock does have 2 touchdowns today and 215 yards for everyone keeping score at home. If anyone's missing their X right now. 4th and 4, the Chargers punt it away. Return starts at the 15. Mims across the 20, out to the 25, and he stops shy of the 30-yard line. So Russell Wilson and company will have decent starting field position to begin this next drive. 17-0 Denver leading the Chargers without Justin Herbert. I get those predictions in. We are 4 likes away. 4 likes away from a free entry for the Broncos Fan Cave wall art. I can sign it, and then we'll mail it to the winner. So 4 likes away. Let's go. Kitty, 200 likes, you do a shot. No shots for me today. I was out late last night, had my girlfriend's holiday party. Yeah, just not, the body is recovering still. No alcohol going into it today. 5 likes away. Let's go. Can we get to... Are you dying? 201 likes. Let's go. All right. I'm going to pick a name at random from the chat in 10 seconds. So start spamming whatever you think is going to happen on this drive, whether it's touchdown, a field goal, a turnover, or a punt from this Broncos offense. Start spamming the chat, and I'm going to pick the first name I see when I stop the chat in 5, 4, 3. Chat's got to go a little quicker here. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, one more time. Sorry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I've got Nathan Kim. Nathan Kim with a free entry. We also had a $5 super chat fly in from Kauai AF. Kauai AF. Woke up late. What did I miss? You know what? Let me give you the spark notes. Javonte Williams, touchdown run. Justin Herbert left the game with a right index finger. He has been ruled out. Easton Stick in at backup for the rest of the game. Cortland Sutton hauled in a bomb from Russell Wilson in one of the best touchdowns you'll see all season from Sutton, although I feel like I say that after every touchdown out of 14. And Denver, with a field goal to end the first half, has a 17-0 lead over the Chargers midway through the third quarter. Oh, and the defense is kicking ass. Did I miss anything? I think that pretty much sums it all up, right? And then Kauai AF, we'll throw the super chat menu on screen really quickly. $5 super chat gets you entered into a raffle to win this Broncos fan cave. As 1st and 10 for Denver's a handoff to Javonte Williams. No gain on the play. 17-0 Broncos. So if you're tuning in right now and you like what you're watching and you want to support the channel, completely free to watch here. But if you do want to go above and beyond in super chat's always greatly appreciated. Here's our super chat menu. $5 super chat, like I said, this fan cave raffle. $20 super chat. I think it's something really cool. We've got a Broncos Mile High Club. We'll add your name to it for the rest of the season. And every 100 likes is a free raffle entry for this Broncos fan cave raffle. 2nd and 10, swing pass out to highlight reel Jaleel. And using his speed, McLaughlin able to picking up 7 yards. And what looks like it could be a broken play. Let's go. 3rd down coming up. Mahomes and the Chiefs trail by 3 with 2.5 to go in the third quarter. 17-14 against Buffalo. 3rd and 3 for Denver. It's a handoff. McLaughlin, and he runs hard. This will be close to the line to gain. Under 4 to play in the third quarter. Johnny asking a fair question. How can Cortland Sutton be left out of the Pro Bowl? I have a feeling inevitably Cortland Sutton will go to the Pro Bowl because Pro Bowl receivers always, not just receivers, but players kind of opt out if they're in the Super Bowl. Like, should Devontae Adams go over Cortland Sutton? I don't think so. Sutton's been a better receiver this year, right? Trying to think, Tank Dell would have been a good Pro Bowl candidate, although with that broken leg, he won't go to the Pro Bowl. I think Sutton, if he does not get in initially, he'll be a replacement for someone and get the Pro Bowl nod. And the Chargers are actually going to challenge this previous play of the ruling of a first down. So commercial break right now in LA. Yep. Let's check out the live sum number. 18,779. Let's get ourselves to 18,780. I would love to at least get to 18,800, right? Put ourselves within $200 subs of reaching 19K, because my goal is to get to $19,000. I keep mixing up my units of measurement. 19,000 subscribers, although 19K would also be really cool, I'm not going to lie, but 19,000 subscribers by the time Christmas gets here. And I think 219 subs is very attainable over the next 15 days. So make sure to subscribe if you have not already. Got the insurance run, 18,781. Let's go. Let's go. I got Grant in the chat right now saying, go Broncos. Kitty Moreno's keeping an eye on the like counter for me. Johnny, Casey's getting the ball. Looking at red zone at the moment, the 49ers lead the Seahawks 28-16 early in the fourth quarter. 18,781 subscribers. Let's go. 82-83. Chipping away, baby. Let's get ourselves to 18,800. 17 subs away. We can do that. We're fully capable of doing that. By the way, how about the game in Vegas? Raiders-Vikings. Deadlock. 0-0. That's what I call Aiden O'Connell and Josh Dobbs, baby. That's what the NFL calls an absolute nightmare. They really wish it was Kirk Cousins and Jimmy Garoppolo. All right, here we go. Nathan Kim, challenge flag. LA might only have one timeout after this commercial. Dylan, I'm here, baby. What did I miss? All right, one more time. If you're just tuning in. Javonte Williams, touchdown run. Denver scored a field goal right before the half. Go up 10-0. But just before that field goal, Justin Herbert injured his right index finger, ruled out for the rest of the game. And the call stands. Chargers Chargers have their second timeout taken away. They are down to 1. And then most recently, it was Russell Wilson to Cortland Sutton for a big 40-plus yard touchdown bomb. What are the Chargers doing? 1st and 10. What a disaster for LA. Wilson under center. Takes the snap. It's a pitch right to Javonte Williams, who's looking for running room. He's actually going to go down for a big loss on this. They do a pitch right on 1st and 10. He loses 6-7 yards, actually. I mean, Denver right now, knowing there's a lot of time left, but also can't hurt to run the ball a little bit and run some clock off. Trying to, just nurse a nice 17-0 lead. Want to water it. Don't want to overwater it, but don't want it to die. 2nd and 15, Wilson under center. Snap to Russ, play action. Russ looking. Russ is going to throw it out of bounds. No gain. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 15 now. We are 83 likes away from 300 likes. Let's get there. Hit the thumbs up button. Third and 15. Wilson in shotgun, empty set. Takes the snap. Quick screen out to little Jordan Humphrey. Little Jordan Humphrey stumbling his way on 3rd and 15 for a gain of 11. And he'll be short. 4th and 4, 4th and 5 coming up. And with 2 minutes and counting, Denver's going to punt this ball away. I just don't understand why the Chargers challenged that play if it was not clear and obvious short. You lose a timeout, and best case scenario, it's 4th and inches, and you force a punt a little bit earlier, you got the ball back anyway. It's not like they were at the Chargers' 35-yard line. So Riley Dixon punts it away. Fair caught at the 8-yard line. So Easton stick, if it could get any tougher. will have to drive 92 yards to try and get the first touchdown on the board. All right. Let's get a stop going. Let's get an S for stop going. Over 400 people watching with us right now. We want the Broncos to really put their throat on the put their foot on the Chargers' throat, type S for stop. Like Dylan Carmichael, like Ty Man the Buckeye, like Neil Patterson, like Kitty Moreno, like I don't give a buck. Let's go. First and 10 at the 9-yard line for Stick. Takes the snap. Stick throws, check down. This is caught Austin Eckler. And Eckler on first and 10 gets about 4 yards or so. Second and 4. Snap to Stick. Stick throwing over the middle. That's caught first down. Reception by Austin Eckler. Eckler's been a big focal point this second half with the backup QB in. And Matt Ryan shedding some very interesting analysis on, hey, what does a week look like for a backup QB in terms of reps and practice? And Matt Ryan put it bluntly, none. First and 10, Stick looking. Stick throwing over the middle. That's caught first down, Keenan Allen. Nice progression by Easton Stick, and Keenan Allen picks up 13 yards and moves the Chargers out towards midfield with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Snap to Stick. Stick throwing, and that is incomplete. Second and 10 with 23 seconds to go. Stick, who's been, I would say, pretty average for what you could expect out of a backup QB filling in, starting at the second half, pretty much. Played the last 90 seconds of the first half. Second and 10. Snap to Stick. Pressure coming. He throws, and that is caught. Gerald Everett on second and 10 gets about 5 yards. And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. So Denver's going to go into the fourth quarter leading 17-0, trying to get to 7-6 and keep their playoff hopes alive. A loss for Denver would give them a less than 10% chance of making the playoffs. A win, right around 35%, which is still not great, but maybe with some other losses across the league this week, as the Texans lost to the Jets, as the Colts lost to the Bengals, Denver could find themselves back in the playoff mix with a win. All right, grade the Broncos so far, A, B, C, D, or F. I would give Denver A minus grade. Like, it's really hard to be upset here. Defense is pitching a shutout. Sure, they're playing Easton Stick right now. Offensively, it hasn't been picture perfect, but I'm not going to throw a hissy fit over 17 points in 3 quarters. 1 touchdown, 24 points. That's a pretty solid day offensively. Neil gives him a B. Ty Man gives him an A. Nathan Kim gives him a B minus. Man, my A minus is sounding a little bit rich right now. Yeah. Joe Blow, isn't it closer to around 50% with the teams that lost today besides the Browns? Before this weekend started, it was like a win would give Denver about a 35% chance. Now, I don't know how the Colts and the Texans losing increases that probability. I'm sure it does help. I just don't know if it's a marginal bump or if it's a major bump. I'm not sure. Red Zone peek here. Josh Jacobs banged up for the Raiders in a scoreless game. Dude, that game might get tied 0-0. I don't know if we've ever had a 0-0 game in the Super Bowl era. Like, I'm sure there have been 0-0 games back when you could tie at the end of regulation, but I don't know if a team's ever gone 0-0 after playing 4 quarters and overtime. Ty Man, can you please do some research on this? Has a team ever tied 0-0 not in the 30s or 40s, but like since the Super Bowl era or since the start of overtime. You want to unmute yourself?
So I did a little research.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's turn that down. And it says since the Super Bowl era, there's been none.
None. It seems very unlikely.
Right. Pre-Super Bowl 73, but after, none.
Yeah.
It's been 80 years since.
So ever since the invention of overtime, it's never happened.
Right.
Because I could buy, like, the Giants and the Bears tied 0-0 in 1932. 3rd and 4. LA is 0 for 9 on third downs today. Spam those threes. Spam those threes. Snap to Stick on 3rd and 4. Stick throwing over the middle. That is broken up, Alex Singleton. Could have picked it off, but at the very least, a pass breakup. And that brings up 4th and 4. And the Chargers are going to go for it. Spam those fours. Spam those fours. This should have been picked by Alex Singleton. 4th and 4, LA goes for it, their own 43. Stick throwing to the right. That is caught. First down, Keenan Allen. Very nice throw and catch there. Surtain in coverage, but Keenan Allen makes an incredible reception at the sideline to keep the drive alive. He gets a knee in bounds and an elbow too. 1st and 10 for Stick and the Chargers at midfield. Stick looking and throws an incomplete pass. I mean, Keenan Allen right there. Like the broadcast said, full extension of the arms and the legs, Superman dive, and he hauls it in to keep the drive alive. And honestly, keep LA alive. You turn that over on downs on your half of the 50, down 17 in the 4th quarter. Yeah, put a fork in them. They're done. But the Chargers at least give himself a chance, a sliver of a chance as it might be. 2nd and 10 at their own 49. Stick takes the shotgun snap. Easton looking, throwing. That is caught. And wow, Austin Eckler quickly met by Justin Simmons. A gain of 1. 3rd down. Spam those threes. Spam those threes, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd and 8. Snap. Stick. Throwing over the middle. That one is incomplete, but a flag comes in. They're going to get Justin Simmons with defensive pass interference. I don't know if that should have been called. Not crazy about that one. Oh, they picked it up. They picked it up. No foul on the play. 4th down. Yep. So 4th and 8, and the Chargers are going to go for it, I presume. I just don't see the thinking in punting it here. I mean, even if you get the ball back, Denver's going to kill 3 minutes of clock. You need every minute right now, down 17. So 4th and 8, the Chargers are going to go for it at the Broncos 49. Snap to Stick, 4-man rush. Stick climbing the pocket. Stick throwing on the run. That one's broken up, incomplete. Turnover on downs. P.J. Locke came screaming up the field. And Locke's a little slow to get up. Either he's mad he didn't catch it, or he's a little bit banged up. But Stick with a zip of a pass. Broken up by P.J. Locke. Turnover on downs. Let's go. And Denver takes over, up 17-0. Should we tell everyone really quickly about Prize Picks? All right, let's do that here. So, we have an awesome sponsor I'm excited to share, and that is Prize Picks. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Prize Picks, let me get you up to speed on how Prize Picks works. What you do is you pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. So take Sunday Night Football, for example. I'm taking the more on Dak Prescott's passing yards at 303.5. Taking the less on Jalen Hurts' passing yards. But I am going to take the more on Tony Pollard's receiving yards, and then the more on DeAndre Swift and Brandon Cooks combined for half a touchdown. So the more players you select, well, the bigger the winnings. So you can turn $10 into $250. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. The link for that is in the comment section along with the description of today's video. So thank you, Prize Picks, for supporting the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. That's, once again, Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. All right, here we go. Let's get some good vibes going, right? I don't want to get too greedy right now, but I'm feeling pretty confident up 17-0 with Easton Stick at quarterback for the Chargers. So if you're riding with me and you're drinking some of this cocky Kool-Aid, spam DEN in the chat right now. Spam DEN. Let's go. Cash money. Could be a Christmas present. Could be a Christmas present. Deion Sharp will keep everyone apprised of that Vikings-Raiders game. John E. typing DEN. Terry's typing Denver. Kelly's typing Denver. We're also 65 likes away from another free entry. And if you want to get entered into the raffle to win this Broncos Fan Cave wall art, $5 super chat gets you entered into the raffle to win it. So if you enjoy the channel and you want to support the channel, well, you can do that. And in exchange, potentially get something in return, all for a $5 super chat. All right, 1st and 10, pitch left for Denver, and a run for Javonte Williams, gain of 3. So P.J. Locke made his way to the sideline after the 4th down incomplete pass, but Jaquan McMillan needed a little bit more help getting to the sideline. Bengals knocking off the Colts. Ravens beat the Rams in overtime. Oh, we got some schoolyard bullshit going on in the 49ers Seahawks game. 2nd and 7, and it's a run up the middle for Denver. Is there a fight in this 49ers Seahawks game? There was a turnover by Seattle, and then we had a fight afterwards in San Francisco. 49ers and Seahawks having a bit of a skirmish right now. Oh, who doesn't love fights? So a bit of a tussle right now between the Niners and the Seahawks, and a 12-point lead with 3 minutes to go for San Francisco. 3rd and 4, Denver at the Chargers' 45-yard line. Wilson in shotgun. Takes the snap. Sprint right. Looking. Throwing. That is incomplete. Looks like Khalil Mack batted it down. And ultimately, not really a bad situation for the Chargers. I mean, turnover on downs at midfield, and Denver kills very little time, and they go 3 and out. Khalil Mack arguably could have picked that last pass. Fourth and 4. And the Chargers are on the receiving end of a Riley Dixon punt that is fair caught at the 6-yard line. So Easton Stick once again starting inside his own 10-yard line. All right, here we go. Everyone watching right now, all 417, do me a solid. Type out your city in the chat. Shout out your city. I want to know where you're watching from. It's always good to see how big Broncos country is. So shout out your city right now in the chat as we are at commercial break. I kind of want to get the audience involved a little bit here. So let's see. We've got Houston in the house. I've got Hot Springs. I got Buckeye State, Miles City, Carthage, Missouri, Cypress, California, Lubbock, Texas, Hatch, New Mexico from Tonaholic, New Hampshire from Crispy, Tuscaloosa from Stephen, Johns in Pittsburgh, South Dakota, Orange County, California, Dillon's in New Mexico, Madison, South Dakota, Las Vegas from Mark, Kenneth is in Carbondale, Illinois. We've got Sussex, West Sussex, United Kingdom, North Carolina, Columbus, Ohio, Columbia, Kentucky, the DMV, Panama City Beach, Davis, Illinois, from Cody Brown. Keep getting those cities in the chat right now. I want to see where everyone's watching from. On Air Paintball, El Paso, Texas. Scott's in Chicago. Nathan's in Colorado Springs. Topeka, Kansas in the house. We have Antarctica. Pretty impressive. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. David's in Seattle. Tacoma, Washington from Sydney. Hot Springs, Arkansas. Easy Money is in Nashville. Love me, the volunteer state. Prof Pickles is in Chicago. What's up, 847? Get some Lou Malnati's pizza for me. We've got Tennessee coming in from Neil. San Francisco from Luis Martinez. Brandon, Oregon from Bonkius Maximus. Philippines from Warrior. Mari Floyd's in Lubbock, Texas. Is that where you are incarcerated? Or is that where you're from? Milan, Italy. I never found out. Someone earlier in the chat was like, I'm watching from prison right now. And I don't know if that's a badge of honor that someone uses their jail Wi-Fi time on me, or if I am the voice for a murderer. And that, I don't know. Augusta, Georgia. Dunedin, Florida. Dave, a big Blue Jays fan. Michigan in the house. West Virginia from Jacob. Lincoln, Nebraska from Christopher. Here we go. So, Easton Stick, 1st and 10 at his own 6. And it's a run for Austin Eckler as Trent is watching from St. George. Beautiful part of Utah. Right there at the southwest border of Utah and Nevada. Had an old boss that went to work at St. George for southern Utah. Go Redbirds, I think? No, it doesn't sound right. I'm trying to remember what they're called. 2nd and 1. Snap to Stick. Play action. Stick. Surveying. Throwing it deep. Oh! That's caught. That is caught. That's Quentin Johnston, the rookie from TCU, hauling in maybe a 60-yard bomb. And the Chargers are out towards Denver's 35-yard line. 1st and 10 LA. "57-yard throw out to the 30, to the 27. Stick throwing on the slant. That's caught. Quentin Johnston again out to the 6-yard line. I mean, Quentin Johnston just hauled in a 57-yard bomb, and he stays on the field, and then he takes a 15-yard pass to go to 1st and goal inside the Prize Picks red zone. Snap to Stick. Stick looking. Stick rolling to his right. He's going to run it. No, he's going to pass, and that's incomplete. There is a flag. This will be defensive holding in the end zone. Although, I don't know if defensive holding in the end zone is down to the 1-yard line or half the distance to the goal. Pass interference in the end zone is to the 1-yard line. I'm actually excited to learn this. Which one is it? I think it's half the distance to the goal. Half the distance to the goal. Fabian Moreau, the guilty party. The broadcast just flashed up an interesting stat. 23 straight possessions so far for the Chargers without a touchdown. I mean, they didn't score a single touchdown last week, and they won 6-0. So go through all that game, 3 quarters of this game, and the game before that a little bit probably. 1st and goal snap. Stick throwing. Oh, and he had a wide open Eckler for a touchdown. Threw a fastball when all you needed was a little bit of a euphemism. And that would have been enough. 2nd and goal. By the way, tied ball game at Arrowhead. 17 apiece, 11.5 remaining. 2nd and goal, snap to Stick, handoff Eckler. He runs it in for 6. Austin Eckler's on the board, their first touchdown in a long time. So, first touchdown since week 12. We are in week 14. And I believe it says the third quarter. So, 8 quarters of play pretty much. So, the Chargers do cut into the deficit. 17-6 with an extra point on the way from Dicker the kicker. And Cameron Dicker's extra point is good. So, with 10.5 remaining, it's a 10-point lead for Denver. And all of a sudden, all of us playing with our food just woke up a little bit, right? Sleeping at the wheel. Okay, you know when you're sleeping at the wheel and you start to go off the highway and there's that awful sound that to wake you up? We ran into that. That's what that was. Because we had a 17-point lead, you're not going to crash in one play. But we had that moment okay, eyes up, little slap yourself, roll down a window. Got some work to do. Got some time to kill. Kill some time here. Ayo, we crossed 18,800 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get to 19,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. It's a huge help to the channel. All right, here we go. Ooh, DK Metcalf got ejected in the Seahawks game with 3 minutes to go. And along with Lenore, well, there was a bit of a skirmish after a turnover from Seattle. Meanwhile, Josh Allen, 1st and 10, he runs it himself for no gain. We'll keep you guys up to speed on the game at Arrowhead. I mean, you could make an argument of you want Kansas City to win, so the Bills go to 6 and 7, but you had the tiebreaker over Buffalo, but it's not a bad idea to at least get one team out of the race, right? Kind of thin the herd a little bit. But a loss to the Chiefs will put Denver one game back in the division. 1st and 10 for Denver at their own 25. Russ today, 17 of 28, 195 yards, 1 score, 1 interception. 1st and 10. Wilson lining up under center I formation. It's a handoff. And Javonte Williams burst through a hole. Javonte Williams out to the 45. Gain of 20 for 33. 1st and 10, Denver. And a nice pickup by Pookie Williams. Let's go. Avoids a TFL. Finds the hole. Nice play, Javonte. First and 10, Denver at their own 45-yard line. 10 minutes and counting. Snap to Williams. Wilson, I should say. Fake pitch. And Russell just throws this out of bounds. Incomplete pass. We're 49 likes away from 300 likes. 49 likes means another free entry for the Broncos Fan Cave giveaway. We're going to do a raffle at the end of the game for this. So 49 likes away from another free entry for that. Oh, no. Bad news. Vikings scored. It's 3-0 Minnesota. Really wanted that 0-0 tie. 2nd and 10. Pitch right. And highlight reel Jaleel McLaughlin on 2nd and 10 gets 2 yards. 9.5 to go. 3rd and 8 coming up here. Damn. 0-0 would have been the coolest score. No one scored. Just, nope. All right, here we go. 3rd and 8. 9:10 remaining. Snap to Wilson. Throw right. That is caught. Adam Trotman slips a tackle. Trotman gets 9 in the first down. Adam Trotman was nearly dropped for just a 1-yard gain. Instead, he goes, "Excuse you," like a matador, ole, and off he goes for a first down. 1st and 10. That's Derwin James. I mean, that's the Chargers' best defender, arguably. And it's a first down for Denver. Out across the 50. Handoff. Williams, 1st and 10. Tackled at the Chargers' 42-yard line. Clock continuing to tick, 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 tick. Russell Wilson was kind of knocked down on the last play. A defender pushed his offensive lineman into Russ. He's kind of slow to get up for a second, but I think he's okay. 2nd and 7. Russ under center, under 8 to go. Takes the snap, play action. Throw out to Michael Burton, the fullback, and Burton gets maybe 1.5 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd and 6. The Vikings, by the way, like I said, at the 2-minute warning, kicked a 36-yard field goal to take a lead. I mean, a win for the Vikings over the Raiders would knock Vegas pretty much out of the playoff race. They'd fall to 5-8. They would have to win out to get to 9-8. Not happening. So, fine by me. Trent, we'll see you later, buddy. Appreciate you. 3rd and 6, snap to Russ. Wilson's going to take off and run. Wilson with his feet slides, has the first down. Russell Wilson on 3rd and 6 galloped his way to a first down. Let's go. Russell Wilson doing a good job to keep the drive alive, but more importantly, just chew up more clock. Tick, 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 tick. We are under 7 minutes right now, 6.5 and counting, with a 10-point lead with the ball at the Chargers' 35-yard line. Under center, Russ takes the snap. Handoff to the right side. Javonte Williams gaining 2 yards on the play. And that's going to take us to about 5.5 minutes to go. Chargers have 1 timeout, by the way. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, Minnesota with an interception, they're going to win. The Raiders have no timeouts. So the Vikings, hey, I don't know if a team's ever won 3-0. That even seems pretty rare. Ty Man, can you please do some fact-checking for me? Has a team ever won 3-0? Go check the Scoreboard website. 2nd and 7. Snap to Russ. Handoff. Williams running. Javonte only going to get about 1.5 yards on 2nd and 7. That'll bring up 3rd and 6. Thank you, Ty Man. Third and 5 for Denver. Under 5 to play. There's a whistle. And the Broncos call a timeout with 4:55 remaining. Sean Payton really wants to get this play in right. All right, a first down for Denver does not end this game mathematically with 4.5 to go pretty much. But it really puts you in a good spot where you're one more first down away from maybe getting in victory formation. Jazzo, what am I drinking? Just water today. I was out late last night, girlfriend's holiday party. Just did not feel like drinking a whole bunch of Coors Lattes today. Did I get effed up? Not really. There was a caricature artist, though, at the holiday party, so I got that done. Yeah. Adam Kelly, they're praising McGlinchey. How do I feel about that? Listen, Mike McGlinchey has unequivocally been the worst offensive lineman on this team this year. He's the highest paid, and he has been the worst. And I don't know how you can argue otherwise. 3rd and 5, Wilson in shotgun. Russ takes the snap. Russ, pressured, rolling out of it, throwing. It's caught. Samaje Perine, first down. Samaje Perine on 3rd and 5. Takes it 7 yards. And man, that's going to take us to about 4 minutes on 1st and 10. Denver is probably one more first down away from being able to kneel out the rest of the clock. Chargers have 1 timeout and a 2-minute warning waiting for them. And Denver with the ball. Let's go. Great job by Perine. 1st and 10. Snap by Wilson. Handoff. Williams running to his right. Javonte picking up 5 yards on 1st and 10. Below 4 minutes to go. This drive, 10 plays, 7 minutes long so far. 2nd and 5. Since 1966, there have only been 19 games in the regular season and postseason which have had 6 points or less scored in total. 6 of those games ended 3-0. That's honestly way more than I expected. But, Ty, man, thank you for the research. You're the man, as your name states. 2nd and 5. Handoff. Williams running. Williams on 2nd and 5 gets 4 yards. 3rd down coming up for the offense. Ooh, the Raiders do get the ball back, though. We are 27 likes away from another free entry for the Broncos fan cave art here. 3rd and 1, Denver. Oh, and the Chargers used their final timeout. So what happened? The Vikings punted it to the Raiders. Bradley Rasmussen, way to go. I had a friend named Ryan, still a friend, I guess. Ryan Rasmussen from South Dakota. 3rd and 1, Wilson. Play action. QB keeper throws it. Wide open. Touchdown. Adam Trotman all by himself. And that's going to be an exclamation point on a nice win for the Broncos. Great play design by Sean Payton, right? It's a crowded backfield. Russ takes the snap. They fake the handoff. Everyone bites it. Russ rolls out. They think Russ is going to run for the first down. He just floats it to a wide open Adam Trotman for his 3rd touchdown of the day. And Denver's lead grows to 24-7 with a PAT surely coming its way. Let's go. Extra point is up and it is good indeed. So Denver, 3 minutes and change away from 7-6. A remarkable turnaround the second half of the season. Great play call. 3 guys in the backfield. Defense buys the run, as they should. And Russell Wilson finds a wide open Adam Trotman. Still tied in Kansas City. Adam Kelly with a $2 super chat. Let's go, Adam. Adam Kelly, appreciate you, my man. Broncos fans are the best. You know what? Add Adam, and you know what? I'm feeling generous. For the rest of the game, any super chat amount gets you added into the raffle for this Broncos fan cave wall art. Any super chat amount for the rest of the game. Let's go. Super chat menu as Denver leads 24-7 over the Chargers. First time super chatters, I give you my best. Broncos country, let's ride. All super chats get a shout out as always. $5 super chat. But for the rest of the game, any amount. Fan Cave Raffle. $20 super chat gets you added to our Mile High Club. this Broncos hard hat right here. You know what? The next $20 super chat is going to be the first super chat on this side. This side is filled up pretty nicely. Next one, we start this side. Next $20 super chat. And every 100 likes, a free raffle entry. We are 17 likes away from that free entry. First and 10. Herbert, there's second time. Stick finds Keenan Allen for a gain of 15 to 20 or so yards. Gets out of bounds, stops the clock as well. Like the video if you have not already. So Denver, 3 minutes away from win number 7. That would push the Broncos to 7-6, going into the last 4 games of the year against the Lions on the road. They got the Chargers at home, the Patriots at home, and then end the season in Vegas. So 4 games left, 2 at home, 2 on the road. First and 10. Stick throws over the middle, and that is caught Allen. Clock's ticking. Chargers have no timeouts remaining. Under 3 to play. Yeah. First and 10, and there's an injury on the play right now. Someone. We'll get that ad off screen. Who's injured on the last play? Let's go. Let's get a stop. 24-7 is a nice sounding score, right? 24-14, people go, oh, it's kind of close. This game was never close. This game was never close. Jonathan Cooper is injured on the play for Denver. Keenan Allen, by the way, setting the Chargers' single-season franchise record for receptions at 108, beating last year's single-season reception leader, Austin Eckler, at 107. First and 10. Stick in shotgun. Takes the snap. Drops back. Stick throwing to his right. That is caught and shoved out of bounds is Gerald Everett. Gain of 9. Ayo! Let's go! $2 super chat. First time super chatter coming in from Tenart. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride. Tenart put a W in that column. Denver. 2.5 minutes away from 7-6 on the year. What I'm not 100% sure about is if that puts them in the playoff bracket. Fumble! 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 Justin Simmons forced a fumble recovered by Austin Eckler. Simmons came screaming off the edge, forced the fumble, and Eckler there to scoop up and go backwards for a couple of yards. Third and 19, and that's the 2-minute warning. Let's go indeed. All right, we are 11 likes away from a free raffle entry. Spam W if you're going to enjoy this win. I'll just say it right now. Denver's going to win this game. Spoiler alert, Denver's going to win. They're up by, 17 points with 2 minutes to go. I'm feeling pretty good about it. It is Chargers football, by the way. We'll change that on screen. But 24-7, let's go. All right, 4 likes away. 4 likes away. Once we get to 300 likes, we're going to do a free entry for the Broncos Fan Cave wall art. If you want to guarantee an entry, super chat any amount for the rest of the game, and we'll add you to the raffle. All right, 3 likes away. 3 likes away. Can we get to 300? Come on. 300. Let's get there. 306 likes. That's what I am talking about. All right. Everyone spam W right now for enjoying the win. And we're going to do a free entry for the Broncos Fan Cave wall art. So start spamming W. Start spamming W. Let's go. Spam W. We're going to pick someone out of the chat in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to go with Jazzo. Jazzo gets a free entry. Congratulations, Jazzo. Now we are 87 likes away from the next free entry. So if you don't think we're going to get to 400 likes, super chat any amount. As Nathan Kim just sent a super chat in. Let's go, Nathan. Nathan Kim with a $5 super chat. I appreciate you, Nathan. Let's go, man. Let's go, Broncos. W. Mic drop. Nathan Kim, appreciate you. Let's go, Broncos, indeed. Denver. Man. 1-5 to 7-6. Didn't think it was possible. Hand up. I'm not alone in that thought, too. Mango, if Denver loses, PD shaves his head. Deal. Denver loses, I shave my head. I look like a middle school swim boy. Stick on 3rd and 19 at his own 44. In shotgun. Takes the snap. Stick is pressured, rolls to his right. Stick is going to throw downfield and incomplete pass. I think they're going to say it was uncatchable. Keenan Allen fell on the ground. He's begging for PI. That pass looked uncatchable, though. So 4th and 19. Oh, actually, no, Keenan Allen tripped himself. Classic, you just run over your own feet. 4th and 19. And this is it for LA. Their last gasp. I'm going to predict it is a dump off to Austin Eckler, who's going to get like 15 yards, by the way. 4th and 19. And delay a game. There's no timeout. So it just got that much harder. If 4th and 19 was not hard enough, it's 4th and 24. I see Nick Mullins finish the game for the Vikings. Was Josh Dobbs benched? Dion or Tyman, was Josh Dobbs benched for Minnesota for Nick Mullins? Or was he injured? 4th and 24, and strip sack, recovered, Josie Jewell, and Jewell is tackled at the 12. Oh, Josie Jewell nearly ran it in for 7 more. But Denver's defense forces yet another takeaway. Vance Joseph's defense, a takeaway machine. And Stick fumbles twice in the last 3 plays. Who forced this fumble? That's what I'm trying to see. P.J. Locke did. P.J. Locke, filling in for Kareem Jackson, has forced a lot of takeaways. Let's go. Update in Kansas City, because this game is done. Bills have the ball at the Chiefs' 22-yard line, tied 17 all, and it's 3rd and 10 with 2:06 to go. 2nd and 11. P.J. Locke, strip sack on that last play. I think Denver's found their answer at safety for next year opposite Justin Simmons. It's P.J. Locke. I thought it was going to be Caden Stearns. Unfortunately, the injury has just kind of derailed that effort. So Denver's in victory formation. That game's done. Oh, this game is done. I want to see how the Chiefs-Bills game ends. Really quickly, one last call. The Minnesota Vikings have benched quarterback Josh Dobbs. Ooh. Poor Dobbs. So Denver at 7-6 is still on the outside of the playoff hunt. Well, that's interesting because the CBS playoff picture says Indianapolis has the tiebreaker over Cincinnati at 7-6. but the Bengals just beat the Colts today. So I'm not quite sure how accurate that is. That's weird. So Denver takes a knee. Grant with a $2 super chat. Grant gets entered into the Broncos fan cave raffle. And we are in victory formation for the final time. Denver wins the game 24-7. They improve to 7-6 entering the last 4 games of the year. So we're going to jump into a post-game show in a moment. Let's throw Grant's super chat on screen. Grant Claycomb, thank you so much for the super chat. Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride. Grant, thank you so much for the super chat. Entered into the Fan Cave wall art raffle giveaway. All right, here we go. We're watching the end of the Chiefs game and the Bills game here. Some bonus coverage from CBS. How kind of them. Well, let's get our raffle ready. So last call. Any super chat gets you entered. I don't think we're going to get to 400 likes in the next 20 seconds. So unless everyone watching right now that has not liked the video yet goes ahead and do so. No more free entries. I saw Justin Jefferson went to the hospital with a chest injury. That sucks. Felt like this whole season was just a wash for the Vikings offense. Cousins goes down. Jefferson goes down. RepTech, now we go crush the Lions. Hey, the Lions might be frauds. Like, they got pushed around by the Bears today on the road. Very well could be a much more winnable game right now than it looked a few weeks ago. All right. So, let's get the 50-50 raffle underway. And then after that, we're going to do our post-game show. So stick around for that. We'll kind of break down this win for Denver and whatnot. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, are we ready? Initial reactions, though. I should do my job for a second. I was just thinking of it. Initial reaction is, hey, you won a game that you should have won with the way the Chargers played, with Justin Herbert going out. So credit to Denver. And I think often in the NFL, we just make assumptions of, well, you should have done that. It's not that easy. You're still playing 11 professionals on the other side. So credit to Denver for just demolishing the Chargers. I mean, they really squashed them like a bug. So Denver comes out, they play well, start to finish. That's what you want to see. And all things considered, I don't know how you can come out of this game without being really optimistic about the way the Broncos are headed and where they're headed. After, sure, a loss last week in Houston, but they did not play well, and it came down to a final play at the 8-yard line. If that's your C game, then I love to see what the A and B game look like, because there's definitely a big ceiling for this team. All right, let's run through the raffle. Let's show all the contestants. That way everyone sees themselves. No, show the contestants. Yeah. 4th and 9, the Bills are going to attempt a 39-yard field goal. And the kick is up, and it is good. So the Bills, yeah. So this is all the contestants for the 50-50 raffle, or not 50-50 raffle, excuse me, for the Fan Cave raffle. All right, here we go. Cody Brown, I wish I found this channel sooner. Cody, we're happy to have you, man. Appreciate you joining the channel. All right, let's run into our Fan Cave giveaway item. Are we ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and they're off. All right, let's see here. Good day of the track right now. Still early, but Odd F185, who was the first addition to the raffle, has the early lead. Odd F holding on strong at the bottom. 2 furlongs to go. Nathan Kim has definitely been making some noise. He's got 2 entries, for one being a free entry and one being a super chat. 30 seconds to go now. Halfway home, Johnny at the top. Can Johnny hold on? Christopher taking over slightly. 1 furlong to go. 20 seconds left for the Broncos. Man cave, fan cave, wall art. Let's go. 13 seconds. 12, 11, 10. Who's it going to be? 8 seconds to go. The final stretch. The final turn. 5, 4, on F3, on F2, on F1, on F1, 8, 5. Takes it home. Congratulations, Odd F. Please email me. Odd F. Yeah. Odd F. My email, Matthew@chatsports. It's right there. It's the world's easiest email. Email me your address so I can mail you that, please. I also really hope Odd F is still watching. VT92's in the house. Good to see you, man. Been a while. All right, we're watching the end of the Bills-Chiefs game while Tex gets all the stats ready. 1st and 10 for Mahomes in Kansas City. Gain of 7. Here's the scenario. 20-17 Buffalo. Chiefs have 2 timeouts, trailing by 3. Minute 50 to go. 2nd and 3. Kansas City just needs a field goal. It's a catch by MVS. All right. So the Bills scored a field goal late. And I'm going to say it's a must-win game for Buffalo. You fall to 6 and 7. And you got the Cowboys next week, too. You got to win this one. Bills Chiefs, every time they get together, it's just must-watch TV, I feel like. Is it not? All right. So, Kansas City. I'm not even sure technically what's best for Denver in this scenario. All right. Why are they reviewing this? This was a clear catch. Come on, let's get a move on here. It's a clear catch by MBS. What are we reviewing? Gain of 7. Call on the field is confirmed. It better be confirmed. Oh, you cowards doing call stands. They do call stands because they want to say, well, we had to go look. See, we weren't even that sure about it. 2nd and 3 for the Chiefs. They're down by 3, $1:50 to go. 2 timeouts remaining. Mahomes in shotgun. Empty set. Snap to Patrick. Mahomes throws to his right, and that is caught. Gain of 15. Rashee Rice, who has really come alive the last month or so. Still outside of field goal range, but out towards the 50. On Buffalo's 49, 90 seconds to play. Mahomes in shotgun. Buffalo has all 3 timeouts. Pressure comes, an incomplete pass looking for Rice, who's got 1 touchdown and 72 yards today. All right. So it is 2nd and 10, Kansas City. Still outside of field goal range, but Harrison Butker, we know, is a very clutch kicker. Probably another 10 yards needed. That sounds good. Snap to Mahomes. Flag down. He throws. He's got wide open Travis Kelce. And Kelsey's inside the 20. He laterals it back to Kadarius Toney. Oh, my God. Kadarius Toney runs it in for a touchdown. Travis Kelce just lateral it back to Kadarius Toney, who ran it in for a touchdown. I don't know what we just saw. Oh, my God. There's a flag on the offense. The whole thing's wiped away. Penalty on Kadarius Toney. just wipes away the most incredible touchdown we've seen all year. And Kadarius Toney does indeed line up offsides. The most Kadarius Toney thing ever. Oh my goodness. Kadarius Toney lined up offsides, and he definitely was. And it wipes away the best touchdown in his NFL career. Let's do, will the Broncos make the playoffs? Yeah. I don't even know how to, like, it was a great play to Travis Kelce over the middle. He catches it. He throws it like 15 yards behind him into the left to a wide open Toney. 2nd and 15 for Mahomes now, minute 10 to go. And Mahomes is sacked. He throws it away. Man, he throws it away. He might have been down already, or it could be intentional grounding. It did get to the line of scrimmage, but I don't know if there was a receiver in the area. So they called an incomplete pass, 3rd and 15. Kadarius Toney made the greatest play of his NFL career, I guess. The greatest is his Super Bowl punt return. And then he ruined it by lining up offsides. 3rd and 15, let's get a stop. I think I want the Bills to win. For what's best for Denver's postseason hopes. 3rd and 15 pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage. Boys and girls, the Chiefs have 4th and 15, down by 3, a minute to go. Ed Oliver gets his hand in the passing lane. Let's go. 4th and 15. Denver is one stop away from being one game back in the AFC West. Kadarius Toney has not come back on the field since that incident. And the Chiefs are going to burn, as they should, their 2nd timeout. Really talk over this play call here. And on 4th and 15, I mean, this is just going to be Mahomes sort of filibustering and then throwing up a good jump ball to Rashee Rice, who's probably going to drop it. That's my prediction. Josh Allen and the Bills season slipping away, it feels like. But they could escape Kansas City with a big win here and get back above 500. I mean, Rashee Rice is offsides. I don't know how anyone argues this. 4th and 15. Once again, 20-17 Buffalo. A minute to go. 4th down and 15 to gain. 1 timeout remaining for Kansas City at their own 46. And now the Bills use their first timeout. So Buffalo's defense gets a look at what the Chiefs wanted to do offensively. They burn a timeout. I'll tell you what, the Chiefs, I know it's still the Chiefs, and they're fully capable of snapping into form at the end. They're not going to the AFC Championship game this year. It looks like it's a year where, hey, we're still the Chiefs. We're going to make the playoffs, maybe even win the division, maybe win a playoff game. But it doesn't look like it's their year. About to lose a 2nd in a row. 4th and 15. All right, here we go. 4th and 15. This is the game. Mahomes takes the shotgun snap. 4-man rush. Mahomes pressured. He throws. And that's incomplete. Incomplete. No flags. No flags. And the Bills season lives to see another day. Mahomes is livid. I love when Patrick Mahomes is pissed off. He's got such a punchable face when he's like screaming for a call. I mean, he just kind of throws us up there. There's no one there. Leonard Floyd was getting to the quarterback as he threw this. He even got to his arm, his elbow, as he got rid of the ball. So game over. Bills win. Postgame show. Starting in a moment. Once we get the updated playoff picture. Jack is on it. So the Bills are in victory formation. Mahomes throwing his tantrums never gets old. He really believes, he's chewing out someone on the sideline right now. And I hope it's Kadarius Toney. I need bad lip reading on this. Where's John Boy? Mahomes is livid at someone on the Chiefs sideline. And the Bills take their second knee, and that's ball game in Kansas City. So Buffalo improves. Who's he yelling at? I want to know. He's pissed at the refs for what? So Buffalo 7-6, Kansas City 8-5. No, we're waiting for Jack to update it. So we're going to get an updated playoff picture. So the Bills now join the Steelers, the Colts, the Texans, the Broncos, the Bengals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams at 7-6 right now. Denver's still in the hunt, though. They do not have the tiebreaker over Pittsburgh and over Indianapolis. Comes down to AFC wins, something Pittsburgh and Indianapolis have more of, right? Think about Denver's wins this year. Beat the Bears earlier this year, beat the Packers. So a couple NFC wins there that don't get you a whole lot in the tiebreaker. All right. Let's do this thing. Yep, that's it. All right, here we go. Let's jump into a postgame show, boys and girls. Yeah. The Broncos improved to 7-6. They take down the Easton Stick-led Chargers 24-7 in what was an all-around great win for Denver, right? The defense kind of got their swagger back. They forced the takeaways. The offense was the offense. It's throw it up to Cortland Sutton. That's the playbook for Denver moving forward. Just throw it up to number 14 and throw it to Samaje Perine on 3rd and 7, and good things are going to happen to you. But let's check out the final stats from this game as we break down the win for the Broncos. Russell Wilson, 21 for 33, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. A great bounce-back performance after a tough game over in Houston last week. Denver's offense altogether amounting 322 yards, 216 through the air, 106 on the ground, 1 pick by Russ, and they dominated time of possession, over half the game belonging to the Broncos. Meanwhile, Denver's defense just put the clamps on the Chargers' offense. Even when Justin Herbert played for most of the first half, they had nothing going. They didn't. 207 yards through the air. About a quarter of that came on 1 pass to Quentin Johnston. 76 yards on the ground, 2 turnovers. Ultimately, Denver's offense just kicked ass. Denver's defense kicked ass and take names, right? This is an all-around great team win. Offense, defense, and special teams. You can look at the numbers side by side. Every single category Denver dominated in. 3rd downs, even a little bit of time of possession. But Denver doing a great job of keeping themselves alive in the playoff race, of course. We will look at an updated playoff picture in just a moment. But really quickly, I do have to tell everyone about our sponsor for today's show, which is Prize Picks. If you're not familiar with Prize Picks, here's how it works. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. And if you go 4 for 4, 5 for 5, well, you could be taking home $250 if you pick up to 6 players. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS. And here are my selections for Sunday Night Football. Dak Prescott, the more on his passing yards. Jalen Hurts, the less on his passing yards. The more on Tony Pollard's receiving yards. And then the more on DeAndre Swift and Brandon Cooks at half a touchdown. So that's prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a deposit match up to $100. I put that link in the comments and description of today's video. Now let's look at what everyone's looking for, the updated AFC playoff picture. Watching the end of that Chiefs-Bills game, I wasn't quite sure what's actually best for Denver, right? To have the Bills stay in the race at 7-6, join the Steelers, the Colts, the Texans, the Bengals, Buffalo, and Denver, all at 7-6, or to kind of knock Buffalo out of it. But now at 8-5, the Broncos are just one game back from Kansas City. Now, they won't have a head-to-head tiebreaker. It was 1-1 each. But then it comes down to record in the division, and that's going to favor Kansas City because Denver lost to the Raiders in Week 1 and the Chiefs later on as well. So if you want to chase that that top spot in the AFC West, that loss for Kansas City definitely benefited it. But if you wanted to kind of get a breakup in the wild card pack between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams all at 7-6, that definitely did not help. Now, Denver's still on the outside looking in. The tiebreaker at that point comes down to head-to-head a little bit, but also wins in the AFC. Denver's got 7 wins. A few of those came against NFC teams like the Bears and like the Packers. So, unfortunately for them, they are on the low end of the totem pole when it comes to AFC wins. So, that is the updated AFC playoff picture. 4 games to go, so we are getting into crunch time where we can really start looking at a rooting guide. Now, let's talk about Russell Wilson today. I feel like I've been pretty fair and just honest about my Russell Wilson opinions throughout the season, and today he got the job done. Like, did you need Russell Wilson to make crazy plays? No, you had the ball in the fourth quarter with a 2-score lead. Like, you didn't need Russell Wilson to make incredible throws to the sideline. No, you needed Russell Wilson to burn some clock, and he did exactly that. So Russell Wilson, when put in a position where it's a very clear thing for him to do, and that is maintain a lead or keep yourself in the game, he's done a very good job of that. Can he be Superman? Probably not. But you know what? 24-7, you don't need Superman. You need a guy to throw for 224 yards, complete over 50% of his passes, 2 touchdowns, and sure, 1 early interception. But all around, I think a pretty really good game from Russell Wilson. Javonte Williams, his first rushing score since his rookie year, 2021, December, nearly 2 years ago. He gets his first rushing touchdown since then. A couple receiving touchdowns since then, though. 17 carries, 66 yards. He is a mean SOB to tackle. He is not a guy I want to see in the hole if I'm a linebacker. Javonte Williams is just getting better, it feels like, as the season has gone on. Courtland Sutton, every single week, I say while doing the watch party, that's the best Courtland Sutton touchdown we've seen all year. And then the very next week, he tops it. That last one, drawing a flag, one-handed catch in the end zone, 40 to 50 yards down from the line of scrimmage, might have been the best touchdown of the entire season. It's up there with the Bills touchdown for sure. He's had some incredible catches this year. Courtland Sutton is the offense, right? It is throw the ball to Sutton. So the only little bit of fear I ever have in me is if a defense ever comes up with the idea of maybe we should remove Courtland Sutton for the game, Denver could be in trouble. Now, before we get on to the rest of my post-game show, I do want to get your opinion right now. Will the Broncos make the playoffs? They're sitting at 7-6. They've got 4 games remaining. At Detroit next week, who just lost to the Bears on the road. They come back home. They play the Chargers, who my suspicion is, and I haven't seen on Twitter if it's confirmed yet, Justin Herbert might be done for the year. Like an index finger injury on your throwing hand when you're pretty much eliminated from the playoffs seems like a pretty good time to shut it down. So after that, the Patriots on Christmas Eve. And then you go and finish the season in LA or in Vegas against the Raiders. Feel decently good about Denver potentially going 3-1 in that stretch, getting to 10 wins. I think 9 wins might be enough, but we have 6 teams at 7 wins, so 9 wins is probably going to leave some team on the outside, and due to tiebreakers, 1 or 2 teams on the inside. So for Denver, I think the number you're chasing is 10. Justin Herbert, though, like I said, he left the game, unfortunately. He suffered a right index finger injury. He went 9 of 17 for 96 yards and 1 interception, which, by the way, like, first off, it should have been another takeaway for Denver's defense. Jaquan McMillan absolutely strip sack, scoop and score at the end of the first half. But still, this Denver defense, like, they play with some tenacity. They play with some swagger. They play with a chip. It's not even a chip on their shoulder. It's like a whole wedge. It's like a door wedge on their shoulder. It's like a whole truckload of mulch from your local playground on your shoulder. That's how tough this defense plays. And shout out to Vance Joseph. Every single week, I continue to be more and more amazed at the dramatic turnaround from the start of the year to where we are right now at 7-6. Easton Stick, though, give the guy credit. Like, he probably played better than what we expected. 13 for 24, 179 yards. He knew to play the hits. Go to Keenan Allen, go to Austin Eckler. And yeah, at the end of there, a couple forced fumbles, but I guess I'll give the guy credit for hanging in there and playing pretty well, all things considered. Austin Eckler, he had 10 carries for 51 yards, 1 touchdown. Quentin Johnston, the rookie out of TCU, he had that big play, giving the Chargers a little bit of life, which did set up their only score of the game and their only touchdown in the last 3 weeks or so. But altogether, Samaje Perine, Lucas Kroll came up with a huge reception to really help the Denver Broncos separate themselves from the Chargers in the first half. But Samaje Perine, he might not jump off the screen. He might not jump off the box score, like 5 receptions, 36 yards. Seems like an okay day. Man, the guy in 2-minute drills is unguardable, it feels like. He is the go-to guy for an underneath dump down to get the first down. Like, just Samaje Perine, first down, book it. And then, like we said, Keenan Allen, he set a single-season receptions record for the Chargers, 109. So congratulations to him. 6 receptions for 68 yards. But ultimately, Denver was the better team start to finish. This one was never really in contention in my eyes. 24-7 over the Chargers. Defense gets their swagger back. The turnovers return. The offense was smart with the football. And the Broncos punched their 7th win of the season, keep themselves very much in the AFC playoff race. And they got a big game coming up on the road next week in Detroit. But then they come home, play 2 in a row against the Chargers and the Patriots, 2 bad teams. And they end the season against the Raiders, who didn't score a single point today. Call me crazy. I feel that this team could easily go 3-1 and skip talking about getting the 7 seed. How about you shoot for the stars a little bit here, right? Try and give yourself a better matchup in the playoffs by moving up the totem pole in the wild card rankings. And that's going to do it for us on our post-game show today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the win. Enjoy Victory Monday. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all later. All right, that's going to do it, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. We're going to sign off, and we're going to see you all later. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Denver, 24-7 over the Chargers.